So this is going to be my final progress video on the town. So I was able to use the feedback I received from my classmates who took a look at my town, and um, the only feedback I received was that I needed to include in at least um, more props into the town to give more life. So as you can see, there's some props around the town that were not here before, and I purposefully put them around the town. And I chose which specific props I wanted for each house. For example, this house right here, this house owner must have has a crate, and then there's a wagon. There's a well in the center that has some water in it. Over here, the terrified old man has like a chair or like a bench and a table. Over here, you got some logwoods and a big one right here. I added some canvas onto the base house, and another thing I did was to add like a big cauldron and like a bucket right here. So I added like specific details for each house basically, and it actually does help a bit, give some life into the town. Um, that's all I could. Maybe yeah. I just added like a little bit more, like some crates over here for the potion shop, and that was it. Now the forest I had to include in a bit more. So I added in more some of these like big rocks or boulders and some flowers around, just to give a bit more life into the environment. Now I mentioned how I was gonna create a main quest, and it's all the way over here. I had to create a new terrain, and the main quest is supposed to take place inside of this cave over here. So we're just gonna quickly play, so I can demonstrate the main quest. Another thing I did was to change the speed of the character just so the character can move faster. Because since, as you saw, the distance between the player and the cave was pretty far. So now we're gonna take the main quest and get to the cave. I'm not sure how I could implement something like a horse or something like a horse or any other way to take transportation. So the only way is on foot, and that's currently why the speed was amped up a bit, just so the character could move a bit faster. Um, I tried to implement in a different run animation, but for some reason I kept on getting different. The character would not move. So I just stick to the current running animation right now. It's not doesn't really match well with the current speed of how my character is moving. So, um, I mean, as long as I could get the character to move pretty fast, that's good. Um, so when accepting quest, the only piece of information we got was that it took place in a cave. Now I was not sure if I should put the cave somewhere in the somewhere in like the on the current terrain over there. So I thought it would be a good idea to just create another terrain, make it slightly bigger. Because the terrain by itself, that's like where the town is at. It makes it look kind of small. So I thought maybe make a new one and have it in the default size. Because the terrain where the town is located is actually edited to be like a bit smaller. Um, so this new one I created is meant to be like bigger, and I just didn't change the size of it because I thought it would make it look like as if this forest is pretty big. It's not like a very small town to notice. So we're just gonna go over here, up into the cave. Now I didn't want to use too much of the assets to make it quite big. That was the plan, but that would have taken this project even longer. Um, and I just didn't want to keep on making like create such a huge like a very long cave with multiple different pathways. So I just tried my best to make it look as if this was like an abandoned old mine. And as you saw, there were some like lanterns and pickaxe nearby. There was two pathways, and one of them was closed up by a boulder. And as you can see right here, another one over here is closed up by a boulder as well. And this must be obviously the gem we were looking for. So now we found it. I currently added some like more ores over here, and I added some. I think it's point. Yeah, I think it's point lights to make the ores look like they're glowing. I thought that would be like a nice little detail. And so once we have the red gem, we can now venture back all the way to the town. Now I'm not sure how yours I'm not sure how the lighting will work or works if you were to try and make this cave quite dark. I tried to find multiple ways as to how I could do that, but I had trouble trying to look for that answer. And so now we have ventured out of the cave, and now we're gonna head over back to the town and just give back the gem. I'm probably gonna have to change the asset list due to the fact that one of the assets is not really quote unquote free. It could cause some trouble with your project if you attempt to use any of the assets I have provided in the link below. If you would like to use any of them in the hopes of or if you just wish to kind of have like my experience of like learning how to create your own town and all. So now we're just gonna head all the way back to the town. And I didn't want to keep it there just in case, because if it's gonna cause trouble with building the project, if you plan on like wanting to show it or upload it on itch.io as well, it's not gonna let you build it. I don't know how you could possibly get how you could like use it, but if it's gonna be like that, then it's probably best not to use it then. I don't think I'm not sure if I downloaded anything else. I don't think I did. Hopefully that was it. There's no more assets. I have to provide the link below. Because currently right now this is just all the assets I currently used. Model wise, all these models were used by Mixamo. Just to help out flesh out the town, get more people in. So if you want to use some of these, you would need a Mixamo account. It's simple to do. It does not require any payments, I think. And yeah, it provides a lot of like different types of avatars and models you can use. I try to go for the ones that would stick to the theme of my town at the moment. So yeah, if you're curious regarding the models, these were not from the Unity Asset Store. These were just Mixamo models I used for the town. So now we're going to go in and give the gem to him. We have completed the quests. Currently, right now, there's no assignments. That was the only assignment we had. So now the main quest is over. I know that looked kind of boring. It looked like there's no action or whatever, but that wasn't the main focus of this project. The main focus was to attempt to make like an immersive medieval town, and try to add some life into the conversations you have with the NPCs and setting up quests and all. So I don't know. I'm happy with what I have right now. I do wish I could put in some combat and everything. But that's not the main objective. The main objective is to make a pretty decent town, add some life into it, add some details, add in some quests to try it out. And so this is currently the way how it looks. And I want to say this is probably like the final final version. There's nothing else to do, I believe. I try to put in as much as I can into it, and hopefully some of the stuff you see or you saw in my other videos were quite helpful, and hopefully it could give some good advice or tips to others. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, I hope you did. If not, then my apologies. But yeah, this was pretty much it. And currently, right now, it should be on itch.io if you would like to try it out on your own. But that's basically it. So yeah, so have a nice day.